He want to do.
Terence Crawford's 37. Devin Heaney said he thinks he would like him to retire. Do you agree with that statement?
He can do whatever he wants to do. He's been dominating for a long time too, so he can do whatever he wants to do. I would like to see him retire because it'd be hard for anybody to top that, and they definitely put him on the top 5 list, and he'd be able to stay there because he hasn't been beaten.
Last question. Is Terence Crawford the greatest of all time?
Absolutely the greatest of all time.
Where does he rank?
I don't know, but he's not the greatest of all time. Absolutely greatest of all time.
Roy Jones Jr. has completely changed the conversation about Terence Crawford's next move. Everyone is expecting a huge Canelo rematch, but Roy is pointing Crawford in a totally different direction, one almost nobody expected. He says there's one important gap left in Crawford's career, and only one fighter can close it, Erislandy Lara. This isn't just about another title, it's about fixing the one missing piece in Crawford's legacy. Roy believes Lara is the final challenge Crawford must beat to complete his story.
As Canelo Alvarez has been a great fighter his whole career, people like Erislandy Lara gave you the blueprint on how to beat him. People like Floyd Mayweather also gave you the blueprint on how to beat him. But Bud is more fierce, more fearsome, and more angrier, and more meaner than both of those guys. So you know if they showed you the blueprint, Bud gonna go out there and take that blueprint and do even more with it.
To understand Roy's plan, look at Crawford's journey. He won titles at 135, 140, 147, and 154 pounds. Then he jumped to 168 and beat Canelo. But he skipped something. He never became champion at 160 pounds. For a boxing historian like Roy, that's a major gap. He says moving down a middleweight isn't a step backward, it's a smart strategy. If Crawford wins a title at 160, his championship path becomes perfect and complete. The debate about whether he's the greatest fighter of this generation becomes almost impossible to argue against.
I don't know. I mean, I think he may want to go get a middleweight title because he skipped over that. He went dream middleweight. No, he went dream middleweight, then went super middleweight. So he may go back to just capture middleweight title to close the gap, like I wished I would have did with the cruiserweight title. So I think he does that.
The middleweight division has been quiet for years, overshadowed by the bigger names at 168. But Roy believes this is exactly why it's the perfect opportunity. Middleweight has dangerous champions with strong skills, but none of them have superstar power. This gives Crawford all the advantage. He enters the division as the main attraction, not the underdog. Roy sees this as the easiest road to achieving a huge legacy moment.
I did want to ask you about Terence Crawford as well.
Yep.
A lot going on with him at the moment. No one knows his next move.
Right.
What would you like his next move to be?
I think he should go down and win a title at 160 because he won at 47, 40, 54, 68. Go get 60, you closed it off. That's fine.
Yeah. Would you like to see a rematch with Canelo?
Not really.
Okay. What about Canelo, I guess? What would you like to see in the future
I
for him?
don't know. Canelo can do anything he wants to. He's done so much already. There's really not much left for him to do. So it's really, I think Canelo probably could either take the rematch or close the door because Canelo's done way more than that.
For now, the timeline gets interesting. Everything becomes clear on December 6, 2025. That's when Janibek Alam Canuli, WBO, IBF, fights Erislandy Lara, WBA, in a massive unification match. This fight decides Crawford's future. Janibek is a young, powerful puncher that many fighters avoid. Lara is the oldest champion in the sport, but still one of the smartest and hardest to figure out. Whoever wins and walks away with 3 belts becomes Crawford's next big target.
Age-wise, of course, everybody's going to say Erislandy Lara because he's 40. But I would never come out of my mouth and call Erislandy Lara a weak link. I think there's no elite fighters at 160.
Even though Janibek is the younger and stronger fighter, many believe Roy Jones Jr. prefers the idea of Crawford fighting Lara if Lara wins. Lara is a master boxer, a veteran technician who understands the sport on a deep level. A fight between Crawford and Lara would be a pure chess match. To southpaws, to defensive masters, 2 high IQ fighters. If Lara beats Janibek and unifies the titles, Crawford has a chance to beat someone who once troubled Canelo, giving him another I did it better moment in their rivalry.
Bud's like my brother. I've been with them for the past probably 7 camps. He's taken 0 shortcuts. He's always 100% to himself. He never cheats himself, so. We're just in a routine. We know what happens. We come out here, just pass the time working out everything. Pass as fast. You work out so many times a day and get to it. You're working the whole time.
Crawford is already making moves. At the WBO convention, he sat next to Janabek's team, looked straight into the camera, and said, "I got my eyes on you." Whether he was serious or playing around, one thing is clear: Crawford is watching the 160-pound division closely.
My guts say the same thing. You know, I'm gonna sit down with my team, and we're gonna discuss what's next in the future for Terence Crawford. And you know, who knows? I might go down to 160.
Johnny, we're here next, looking for you, looking for December 6th. How are you gonna do it?
I got my eyes on you, Janabek.
Viral moment proves Roy's theory is already happening. Crawford is targeting the middleweight champions. He knows the winner on December 6th is holding the key to his 6th world title. Roy's second piece of advice is the most debated one. Forget the Canelo rematch. He believes facing Canelo again is too risky and doesn't add anything to Crawford's legacy. Canelo is older, healing from elbow surgery, and not in his prime. If Crawford wins again, critics will say Canelo was injured. If Crawford loses, it harms the first victory. Roy sees the rematch as a lose-lose situation, wrapped in a big paycheck.
Up at Canelo Crawford. I just want to get your reflections on that fight first.
It was a great fight by Crawford. Fought a very smart fight, just like I thought he would. The only problem I had was I was worried about his shoulder because some stuff came out about his shoulder being sore, so I didn't know about that. But if he didn't have any injuries, I knew it would be an easy walk for him.
Are you surprised by just how kind of confident and comfortable Terence was in there at all?
No, not at all, because if you watch Canelo struggles with guys that can box. Terence can box from both sides, left-handed or right-handed. So how could you be surprised?
So there's a lot of talk about what next for both men. With Canelo Alvarez, where do you think he goes from here?
I don't know. I think they're trying to have a rematch, so I don't know.
Do you think he can right the wrongs in a rematch?
I don't think so, no.
Roy wants Crawford to chase greatness, not money. Winning the middleweight belt is the real historic move. If Crawford becomes champion at 160 pounds, he joins an extremely small group, with only Manny Pacquiao and Oscar de la Hoya fighters, who have won titles in 6 weight classes. That kind of achievement lasts forever. Roy knows this because he also chased history in his career, even moving up to heavyweight. He sees that same ambition in Crawford and wants him to take the final step. That secures his name in boxing history forever.
Right, but in terms of a fantasy fight, if you'd have ever shared the ring with a 168 version of Terence Crawford, would that have been an intriguing matchup?
Not really. I like Terence. Terence is a very good fighter, but Terence grew up on Roy Jones. It's hard to tell these guys are going to whoop Roy Jones when they grew up, and they still asking questions to Roy Jones about how he did things. So they don't fully understand Roy Jones yet either. So it's hard to beat Roy Jones if you don't fully understand him yet. You understand me? So I mean, it's cool. He's a great fighter, don't get it wrong. And it would have been an intriguing fight because he has a heart and he has confidence. And he's a very challenging guy. That's what I like about him the most. That's why I knew he'd beat Canelo, because he stands up to the challenge. So he would have been something to deal with for a few rounds earlier. But I was a different guy. I was much faster than 90% of the people I fought. You understand me? So it's like, with my speed level and with the precision and things, even him, I had him training yesterday. I watched him put together some 4 and 5 punch combinations, and I think it shocked him because of how quick he can do it. So it's not about necessarily talent. It's talent too, but you gotta have know-how with talent. I had know-how along with talent. That's what this kid has.
Interview 9. Terence Crawford is standing at the biggest crossroads of his career. One direction leads to a huge payday and a repeat fight against Canelo Alvarez.